How's it going, guys? Pretorius here. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my channel once again. So today we are going to look at the best methods to invest in cryptocurrencies. Okay, so there's two ways that I'm going to look at today. Is either a once-off investment or a lump sum as they want to call it, or dollar cost averaging. I'm sure you've been watching all the YouTube videos on crypto at the moment and everyone keeps saying averaging in. So what I wanted to do is actually go test their method and see if there's actually any merit in it. So the results was quite interesting. It's definitely not the answer that I expected. So I'm going to take you through what I found out, and I hope you find this interesting. Stay tuned. This could really make a massive difference in your cryptocurrency investing career. Enjoy, guys. Okay, so let's quickly cover a few facts. The facts is that first of all, you want to invest in the cryptocurrency market. We've got 100,000 either US dollars, rands, whatever your currency is. Let's say we've got 100,000 of that, and your investment term is only 10 months. Okay, like I said, we're going to look at lump sum versus dollar cost averaging today. So let's quickly have a look at dollar cost averaging. What is dollar cost averaging? Okay, dollar cost averaging, yeah, according to Investopedia, this is what dollar cost averaging is. And if you want to, you can only read the blue bits. It's an investment strategy to reduce the impact of volatility, and you invest regardless of the price, okay, so that you don't have to time the market. Okay, so it's quite simple, but you can just pause the video if you want to. You can go through the full definition. Yeah, I don't want to waste too much time. Yeah. Okay, so how will we be doing this? Okay, we will take the 100,000 whatever currency, okay, and we will invest 10,000 rand, 10,000 of that every 2 weeks. Okay, we will continue until the 100,000 gets to zero, and this will take us around about 20 weeks. Why 20 weeks? Obviously 20 divided by 2 gives us 10. That gives us 10 equal payments of 10,000 rand, and then after that period we will leave it in the market for another 20 weeks. Okay, so first of all, we need to account for market volatility. So what I've done here is I've just basically for every week of that 20 weeks, I've got a different percentage. It either climbed or grew by or dropped by. Okay, so you can have a look here at the different percentages if you want to, but there's no need. I'm going to quickly skip through this. If you want to see what the volatility is that I've included in here, you can just pause the video after every slide and see what it is. Okay, so now we've got our investment, the first 20 weeks of our investment strategy here. Just a reminder, on the left you'll see what the assumptions was that we're going to make. So you'll see in week 1, the first day of week 1, we invested 10,000. Okay, I worked in rands, so I invested 10,000 rand, and in that week it returned 10%. Okay, my return for that week is 1,000 rand. At the end of that week, I've got 11,000 rand. At the start of week 2, I've got 11,000 rand. Now I've lost 20% on my investment, so the return is minus 2,200, and I'm left with 8,800. Then this end part goes again to the start and vice versa. You'll see in the middle column, there's the investment column. That is after every 2 weeks. So I invested the first day of the first week. Yeah, I invest the first day of the third week, first day of the fifth week, and so on and so forth. So you'll see everything basically goes on like this until week 20. Now let's quickly look at the lump sum one. The lump sum one is very simple. What we did here is we took the 100,000, in my case rands, and invested it all once off. Okay, so that is what this will look like. Okay, week 1, the first day of week 1, you'll invest 100,000 rand. Your return again, like the previous week, was 10%. So your return in the first week, you made 10,000 rand. That's a lot of money in the first week. That's not too bad. And the end result basically is 110,000 rand. That's what your portfolio is with. Then obviously that one goes to the start period again, but now I've lost 20%. Okay, so it goes on like that. You can pause the video if you want to get a better understanding of what is happening here, but it's quite simple. Okay, so what was the result? The result was an interesting one. I expected a difference, but I didn't expect this. It was actually very interesting. So let's quickly have a look at the result. So the dollar cost averaging method, after 40 weeks in the market, okay, I would have ended up with 971,000 Rand. That is a nice amount. I mean, I only invested 100,000. Okay, but obviously that's due to the volatility that I put in. Again, you can go back into the video and see what volatility I included. I don't think it is overly speculative, but it could be. I mean, at the end of the day, those were all guesses. Thumb suck, but just to give you an idea of what's possible. But the lump sum one ended up being 490,000. So we're looking at nearly double. Okay, the dollar cost averaging method nearly gives us double what the lump sum one gave us. I didn't expect that. I thought, I'd put your money in as soon as possible and then get the returns. But yeah, I think the question we need to ask ourselves now is, why did this happen? Okay, and let's quickly have a look at why this happened. Okay, so in the first 5 weeks, remember, okay, so what's happening on the screen here, you'll see on the top, we're looking at the dollar cost averaging first 5 weeks. And at the bottom, we're looking at the lump sum first 5 weeks. So the first 5 weeks in the dollar cost averaging method, okay, like I took you through this, but look here, in our fifth week, we had a market crash of 60%. Okay, so, and that meant that in that week, we lost 13,000 Rand, which is a lot. I mean, it's 60% of our total portfolio, which was worth 22,000 Rand at that stage. So it's a lot of money. But now imagine, now let's look at the bottom one, okay? You put all your money in at once on this side, okay? This is the lump sum one. Now look at this. You put in your 100,000 in week one. You don't know when the crash is coming, and that's crypto for you. It's super volatile, but there's still a lot of money to be made in cryptocurrencies. You took a crash of 60% in week 5. Your total value of your fund portfolio by that time was 91. You lost 54,000 Rand in week 5. 54, guys. That is insane stuff. I mean, yeah, that is scary. But let's go on and see if we can't catch up and what happened then. Okay. The next 5 week period, we've got another dump of 50% in week 9. We lost 23,000 Rand, our total fund value down to 33,700. But now with the lump sum one, okay, and gain 50, we've lost 32,000. Our total portfolio is 32,000 in the lump sum, and in the dollar cost averaging method, it is 33,000. But remember, the dollar cost averaging method, we still have a few investments to come. With the lump sum one, we don't have any. We've already invested all our money. So this is actually quite scary if you think about that. Now let's quickly have a look at the next 5 weeks again. Next 5 weeks, week 14 and 15 was shocking. We've had a 20% dip and then a 60% dip. I mean, that is, within those 2 weeks, we lost a total of about 80,000 Rand in the dollar cost averaging method, which left us after week 15 with 48,000 Rand. Not much left. I mean, if you go lump sum method, remember, no more investments coming. This one, I still have an investment week 15, I still have an investment week 17 and an investment week 19. Okay, so that is very important to understand that there's still investments to come in the dollar cost averaging method. But in the lump sum method, I've got no investments to come. Okay, so if we look at this, already here you can see a discrepancy happening. Week 14, or let's do with week 13, we've got 86,000 Rand with the lump sum method, but with the dollar cost averaging, we've got 120. Why is that? Because we haven't lost as much money and we keep investing in consistently. Okay, so now we're quickly going to have a look at week 14 and 15 at the lump sum, also 20 and a 60% drop. In total, we lose, what's that? 58,000 Rand within 2 weeks. Okay, our value of our portfolio drops to 27,000 Rand, where in the dollar cost averaging method, it's still at 48,000. So that was a massive loss for us there, and obviously not something we will be happy about at all. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's actually scary stuff if you think of it that way. So guys, I hope you see it's super important, I believe, especially in a very, very volatile market, to really think about the dollar cost averaging method. Yes, it does that FOMO of, you know what, yes, but tomorrow it could go up 100%, and if I put in 100,000, I've got 100,000 profit. Yes, you are 100% right. That is definitely something that could happen, and the risk, I believe, is worth not taking. Okay, rather dollar cost average into the market. Don't put all your eggs into that market one time. I mean, if you invested in the wrong time and that FUD crash came and it took out 80 to 70% of your portfolio, I mean, the type of returns you need to make just to get back to even is something that you don't want. But if you dollar cost averaging in, and what dollar cost averaging really helps you with, for instance, okay, let me quickly just make it simple. Let's work in hundreds. Okay, so if you buy Bitcoin for 100, let's call it rand this time, 100 rand, okay, at the top of the market. Now it drops to 50 rand. Okay, if you used all your money that you had and you bought Bitcoin at 100 rand, okay, you would basically be stuck at that 100. But if you dollar cost averaging in, you'll buy, let's say, 10 rand at 100, then 10 rand at a 50, 10 rand at a 40 and a 30, and then your average buying price goes down. Okay, and the average buying price is what they use to determine the amount of profits at the end of your investment term. So just keep that in mind. As you can see through this video, the dollar cost averaging, especially in cryptocurrency, because it's so volatile, definitely has a place and is a very, very important tool to be using. I hope you guys found this interesting. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, give me the thumbs up, and share this video with your friends. Cheers.